So we are taking up today the contractors all risk insurance. This contractors all risk insurance is a branch of engineering insurance. Now you can tell me, is it visible now? Okay. So, this is contractors all risk insurance. And when we talk of contractors all risk insurance, it means we are discussing the engineering insurance. Now the question is, what is engineering insurance? Engineering insurance means ongoing construction projects, installation projects, machines and equipments in project operations. That means whenever we talk of engineering insurance, it refers to the insurance that provide economic safeguard to the risk faced by ongoing construction project, installation project and machines and equipment in project operations. So engineering is a broad class, a big class, in the sense that this is covering many insurance policies. So for example, engineering insurance is a type of insurance wherein a wide range of risks related to engineering are covered. Secondly, it's a comprehensive policy that offers economic safeguard against risk faced by ongoing construction plant or projects, installation projects, and machines and equipment projects. In addition, under engineering insurance, we also cover creations, designing, construction, and buildings. So there are increased chances of related accidents and perils. Whenever you will find some new thing is created or designed or constructed, there would be a possibility of accidents and related perils. So the engineering reserve policy caters to the different form of uncertainties that are associated with on-site construction, including plant and machinery uses. That means this is a big vertical which is covering many kind of engineering related policies which may be concerned with the creation, designing, construction and buildings. So from that point of view, CR is also one of the engineering policies. Now the question is, why CR policy is required? There is a logic, there is a reasoning. And the reasoning is that India is among the fastest growing economies in the world, with an upbeat outlook towards rapid infrastructural development. When we talk of rapid infrastructural development, it means we are talking about the infrastructural development which is really taking place. Say for example, railways, industrial units, housing facilities, dams, flyovers, power plants, and other such construction projects. In any of the country, if these things are under construction, under development, and this kind of infrastructural development is taking place, that means that economy is growing, it is rising. Because all these infrastructural developments boost the economy of that country. But the rise in these infrastructural projects comes with the rise in material risk. When these kind of infrastructural developments will take place, similarly the risk will also increase. So with the rise in material risk means material risk will also rise. So the possibility of damage to the construction materials, machineries, constructed portions due to environmental and man-made hazards can lead to substantial losses for the contractors. Normally, this is a policy taken by the contractors. When any state government or central government is starting some kind of infrastructural development or any kind of project like flyover, like hospitals, like housing facilities, like power plants. So this kind of developments are being taken over by the contractors. Yeah, either the government departments, government bodies like municipal corporations, public works departments, nagar nigams, bridge and construction departments. Either the departments, means government bodies, are engaging in constructions, or the contractors will take the tender and within the stipulated time he will construct and develop and complete the project. That means the contractor will take this policy, and when he is taking the policy, he will prefer that the risk related to the project should be covered, because the risk involved is a huge one. There could be the losses due to environmental as well as man-made hazards. Environmental means earthquake, cyclone, storm, floods. Man-made means riots, strikes, terrorism. So these kind of losses are normal. These kind of losses are normal to such big projects which are going to complete in a year or 2 years or 3 years. So rise in the infrastructural projects comes with the rise in material risk. And these projects will definitely boost the economy and will take the rapid infrastructural developments. Now there are many engineering policies. See the first classification of engineering policies. The types of engineering insurance are divided into two categories. One, annual policies. Annual means issued for 12 months. And on the expiry of the policy is renewed for further 1 year. These annual policies includes CPM means contractor plant and machinery, EEI electronic equipment insurance, MBD machinery breakdown insurance, BPP boiler and pressure plant insurance. They are all annual policies. If they are taken on the date of expiry, they will be renewed for further 1 year if required. Second type of policies are long-term policies. They are also called as project insurance. This kind of policies include contractors all risk and erection all risk, means CR and EAR. So why they are different to the annual policies? They differ because these policies are not renewed. They are extended for the period till the project is completed. If the project is not completed within the next renewal, they can further be extended. So what is the basic difference between extension and the renewals? The basic difference is The annual policy can be renewed on different terms and conditions. But the long-term policy will be extended on the same terms and conditions. Nothing can be changed except the amount. All terms and conditions will remain the same. Because the project is same, location is same, principal is same. Only there is a differentiation in the time and cost. There is one more classification. This is on the basis of the phases. The first one is construction phase. In this construction phase, the policies issued are for the long term. They are also called as one-time policies or period policies. So they includes the same CAR, EAR, mere income erection, advance loss of profit, and delay in startup. So these are one-time policies. But in operation phase means project has already completed, it has started the operations, and during the operation, whatever risks are there, they will be covered separately under each policy. So this includes machinery breakdown insurance, water pressure plant insurance, machinery loss of profit, contractors plant and machinery, civil engineering completed risk, electronic equipment insurance, deterioration of stock. They are all used for the operational. So operational use means policies are annual. They can be renewed on the expiry of the policy date. Now the question, these engineering policies have different type of period of cover. Because in annual policies, maintenance period is not included. When the work will start or the policy will start, that is the same date from the commencement of the policy. But in other long-term policies or the period policies or the long project policies, commencement of work or the inception date will differ, maintenance period will differ, operational cover will differ. So this will differentiate the policy with other things. Now the question is, what subject matter is insured under these long-term policies like CAR and EAR? So the CAR may be taken out for the building and civil engineering projects. Building and civil engineering project means building is a civil engineering work. As long as the construction will be there, that would be treated as the civil engineering work. So that includes residential and office buildings, hospitals, schools, theatres, production facilities, infrastructure facilities, airports, bridges, dams, tunnels and harbours. These all includes building and civil engineering work. There you will find the construction work is more. And what is the coverage for them? This section includes contract works, removal of debris, professional fees, free issue materials, construction equipments which are at the site or storage or silos, construction machineries and principals adjusting property. These are all covered under section first of the, that is called material damage section of the policy. Second section is third party liability. That relates to the bodily injury as well as property damage. Both are covered under it. Now whenever you are giving a contractor's or this policy to any of the contractors or any principals or any owners, You have to specify the period of cover. Because period of cover is different to other policies in this case. What is the difference? The difference is this policy or this cover can start under two different circumstances. One, cover shall commence from the commencement of work, means the day project started. Or arrival of first consignment at the project site, whichever is earlier. Means the project has not started, but the machinery, the building material or other erection material have already reached to the site where the construction will take place. From that day also the cover will start. Reason being the production of that material is required. That is also covered under the policy. So either date, whichever is earlier, either the project has started or the consignment has reached at the project site, the cover will start. Now when the cover will expire? There are three different circumstances when the cover will expire. One, when the completed part is taken over by the principals or the owners. Two, when the project is put into service. Three, the date specified in the policy has expired. So whichever is expired first, whichever is earlier, the policy will expire. But the important thing is, in case the work is not completed within the period specified in the policy, then the policy can be extended, not renewed. It can be extended for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, for 2 years, 2.5 years. So the period of cover depends upon the different circumstances. Under two different circumstances, it will cover start. Under three different circumstances, it can expire. Now, what is the difference between CR and ER policies? What is CR and what is ER? Why we call them contractors all risk and erection all risk? Both are all risk policies. Both are engineering policies. Both are governed by the engineering tariffs. Both are used by the contractors. Both are long-term policies. Both are called as the project insurance or period insurance. But the only difference is, or the determining factor of that difference is, value of erection and installation work. Value of erection and installation work. That means, if erection part is more than 50% of the total cost of the project, that ER policy. Or if the civil construction work is more than 50% of the total cost of the project, then CR policy. So this determining factor is important. Which kind of work is more? Erection work or construction work? Both are different kind of work. What are different kinds of works? Erection or construction? So if the erection is more than 50%, ER. Construction is more than 50%, CR. This is the only criteria. Now, what are the unique features of this policy? See, in majority of proposals, there will be risk inspection by the company's engineers. Every general insurance company hires the risk inspection engineers who used to visit to the site in case of this kind of projects, because they are huge projects involving big cost or huge cost, plus long-term projects, maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is. So the company's risk inspection engineers used to visit to the site, they inspect the risk They see the documentation, what is the projected cost, what will be constructed, what will be erected, and they will submit a report, risk inspection report. Only on that basis the underwriter will evaluate the proposal and will accept or reject. The decision will be taken on the basis of the risk inspection report of the company engineer. Second, because the huge cost is involved, long term is involved, the contractor or the insured or the proposer has to declare all material informations. Because the decision of acceptance or declarature and the premium rate will be taken on the basis of the correct information. So every material information has to be declared by the proposer. This duty of utmost good faith lies on both the parties, insured as well as insurance company. Third, the policy can be issued in the joint names of the two or more parties. Say principals, contractors, subcontractors, etc. Almost all classes of engineering insurance are controlled by tariffs with prescribed standardized proposal and possibilities. This is important to understand. See, in India, de-tariffing took place in 2006, 7, 8. But de-tariffing means the market was price free. Otherwise, all terms, conditions, wordings and clauses of the tariff were applicable. And all the general insurance companies were bound to follow those terms, conditions, wordings and clauses. Because the products were approved on those basis only by the IRDA. Now, in the current financial year, the IRDA has issued the denotification of tariffs. That means no company is bound by the terms, conditions, wording and clauses of these tariffs. But company can come out with new products, with innovative products for approval. So now the insurance company can take their new policies, IRDA will approve it. But in these policies, so far as the tariff provisions are still followed, unless the new covers comes. So the sum insured is adjustable at completion of construction on the basis of the actual value. Because sum insured will vary. Projected cost is different, completed cost would be different. That has to be seen. Now the CR policy in India is given for the civil works or the construction work, which is more than 50% of the total cost of the project. This can be taken by the principal, contractor or subcontractor. That means you can sell this policy to the government contractors involved in government projects like road construction, bridge construction, building construction. You can also give this policy to the builders and developers of townships. Because they are the people who are engaged day and night in building, construction of buildings and developing the township or colonies. So they are your buyers. Now see the real image to whom you can give this policy. Residential building, official building, school, college, hospital, road construction. And all these things, construction work or civil work is more than 50% of the total cost of the project. So the policy will be CR policy. Now, as far as the coverage of this policy is concerned, this material damage section covers a big liability. Because this policy is all risk insurance. All risk means unless a risk is specifically excluded from the policy, it is covered. Any kind of loss caused by any peril is covered unless it is excluded. So CR policy provides an all risk cover. That means that almost any sudden and unforeseen loss or damage occurring during the period of insurance on the construction site is indemnified. Section 3 is third party liability. Second is third party liability, that is covering the third party property against loss or damage, destruction by any cause, and third party personal injury is also covered. But this material damage section is big one. Yes. Both it is fixed and the extended cover can be taken. There is an add-on cover also that I will elaborate just now. Yes. And now, this material damage section includes variety of coverages. Say for example, fire perils are covered. Fire perils like fire, lightning, explosion, theft, burglary, windstorm, flood, inundation, earthquake, landslide, rock slide, subsidence. They are all fire perils. They are covered under the CR policy also because none of them is excluded. In addition, constructional fault are also covered. Constructional fault means defective material, workmanship, collapse, subject to exclusions. In addition, human errors are covered like lack of skills, negligence of workers. And additionally, other perils are also covered like air crash, blasting. So this material damage section is very wide. Losses caused to the property by any reason which is not excluded is covered. Say for example, I show you the real image of the loss. This was the real image of the loss at Delhi metro site. So when this loss took place, property loss was there, third party loss was there, machinery loss was there, animal loss was there. Whatever came in the way and got damaged, that entire loss was covered. And the loss was paid by the CR policy. So for such big losses, the question is, what should be the sum insured of the policy? Now this policy, like all other engineering policies, is also subject to underinsurance. And whenever there is application of underinsurance, that means sum insured should be adequate. It can be overinsured but should not be underinsured. If it is underinsured, it means at the time of loss, the policyholder will suffer the losses in proportion to the underinsurance. That will not be paid. Now, what does the sum insured includes? Marine risk, marine import, landed cost at site. What does it mean? If any machinery is imported from any other country and what is the landed cost at the site, that will be included. Marine indigenous means machinery manufactured in the country or any material purchased from the country. That will also be showed at the landed cost. Then cost of construction, permanent civil engineering work. Half this escalated value of escalation is opted for. Plus, sum insured should represent the completed value of the contract work on completion of construction, inclusive of cost of material, wages, freights, custom dues, construction cost, and material or items supplied by the principals. Despite of including all these things, there could be under insurance. Because the project is long term. What is cost projected today? This will not remain after 1 year or 2 years till the project is completed. The cost can increase in multiples also, not only 1.5 times or doubles. So this half the escalated value is also not sufficient. But it is minimum. Suppose the project is for the short term, then the half the escalated value should be taken at least. Otherwise the escalated value can be in multiples. So better it is to take the sum insured adequate. I give you a burning example of Jaipur. Here one Amanisha Nala was converted into Dravyavati Nadi river. Dravyavati river. Contract was given to some Tata firm. So when the project was started, the initial cost was projected 460 crore rupees. But after 2.5 years, when the project was completed, the total cost was 1430 crores. So just imagine what should be the sum insured. Why all these things happens? Because during this period, the labor cost will increase, the material cost will increase, the erection cost will increase, the building cost will increase. So everything will escalate. Projected cost may be exceeded at any point of time. And if the sum insured is not adequate, under insurance will apply. The claim will be reduced in proportion to the under insurance. So sum insured should be full. And in addition, there are a lot of add-on covers like third-party liability, surrounding property of insured, escalation, removal of debris, CPM, maintenance. Means the third-party liability add-on cover can be taken, removal of debris can be taken, and even the plant and machinery of the contractors can be covered under this policy as an add-on cover. While there is a separate contractors plant and machinery policy. But here it can be clubbed as add-on cover. So there are the add-on covers which can be selected by the contractor while taking the policy at that time. There is no compulsion. These are all optional or voluntary. If the contractor wants only one of them, say removal of debris only, he can take. If you want all of them, he can take. Because there is a separate premium for each one. These are additional risks. These are not part of inbuilt cover. Additional risk, additional premium. But no compulsion. See another image of a real loss. Building under course of construction. Maybe due to cyclone or due to earthquake, the upper 2 floors collapsed. Upper floors collapsed. Maybe 1 or 2. Now, by looking at the site of damages, you cannot find out what would be the amount of loss. Because under the debris also, there could be machineries, there could be animals, there could be dead bodies of human beings. You never know. So the losses could be huge. Moreover, the project is also for the long term. And when a building under course of construction collapses, you cannot restart it from the same point. You still have to check whatever is still shaking, not so strong to continue the construction. Maybe some portion have to be removed or reconstructed. So all these things have to be checked. Now the policy doesn't cover the willful and negligence of willful act. Loss discovered at the time of taking inventory. Loss or damage of faulty design. Consequential losses or penalty or delay or non-fulfillment of terms. Cost necessary for correction or rectification. And the most important one, bodily injury to or illness of employees or workmen of the contractors. Contractors, principals or other firms, their workmen or employees cannot be covered under this CR policy. Because their risk is insured under the workman compensation insurance. If a workman of the contractor is working at the project site and suddenly he died due to accident, he will not be a third party liability to this policy because he is not a third party. He is the worker, he is the employee of the contractor himself. So his risk is covered only under the workman compensation insurance. That policy again the contractor has to take, or the principal has to take, or the employer has to take. Third party liability can be extended, additional cover. Legal liability arising out of property damage or bodily injury suffered by third parties on or near the site. Because the insurer will not indemnify any claims from the employees or workmen of the contractor. So the third party liability cover cannot be granted during extended maintenance. And for this purpose, additional premium is there. And additional premium, the premium will be decided on the basis of any one person or any one accident. That limit has to be selected by the proposer. Because the rate is applicable for CR cover is to be charged for third party liability cover up to following limits. In maintenance period, this third party liability cannot be extended. In basic coverage, the third party liability is covered. So, once there is a claim, maybe total or partial, that has to be settled by the insurance company. If there is a partial loss, insurance company will pay the repair charges to restore it, minus salvage under insurance and compulsory excess. If there are total loss, the same procedure, but here the actual value of the property has to be given. Minus salvage, minus under insurance, minus compulsory excess. Claim has to be settled by the insurance company. And once the claim is settled, sum insured will be reduced from by that amount. So this is the duty of the insured to restore that sum insured again. And for that he has to pay the pro rata additional premium on the full amount of each claim for the loss or damage. If he is not ready to pay the difference amount of premium, he can get it deducted from the claim amount also. Now when you are giving this policy to any of the contractors or principals or owners, You have to keep in mind the rating of the proposal will depend upon the type of the project. For every project type, rate structure is separate. This may be a dam, this may be a flyover, this may be a hospital, this may be a college, this may be a secretariat building. So the project type will decide the rate. Secondly, mid-term cover. No company will give the mid-term cover. And if it is giving, they will give it on two conditions. Mid-term means if the project has already started. Policy can be given only before they starting the project. But if any insurer is coming mid-term, insurance company will say we will charge the premium from commencement of the project, back date when the project policy started. Secondly, we have to submit a declaration of no loss history till date. Then only we will give it. So for example, I am a contractor, I am constructing a hospital building. My construction work started from the month of January. Today I am going to insurance company to give me the CR policy. Insurance company will say when the project policy started. I said on 1st of January. Company will say we will charge the premium from you from 1st of January. Because if there is any loss to that erected portion or completed portion, you will claim it now under this policy. So the premium will be charged from that date. Secondly, you have to confirm it today. There is no loss till date. Then only a proposal will be accepted. A small term policy can be given even for 3 months. As the project is for 3 months only, policy can be given. If in case the project does not complete in the given PLC period, the extension can be given. Not renewal, extension. Insurer can be changed. If the policy has been taken from one insurance company, extension cannot be given by another insurance company. If the extension is given by another insurance company, they will charge the premium from that date when the policy started. Installment facility is there. In case the project period is more than or equal to 12 months, premium can be taken in quarterly installments. Higher discounts can also be given. If the contractor fails, there is a terms and condition in the tender that the insurance company, an insurance policy has to be submitted to the owners. He has to take the insurance policy for the projected amount. But he is not interested. So what he is to say, I want to pay the lesser premium to take the policy. Can you give me? Insurance company will say, yes, we will give you. The only condition is you have to bear 10 times or 20 times of the compulsory excess. We will provide you 20% discount or 30% discount. This is a tariff provision. This can be done. No problem. Now the question is, when the project is completed, and this is handed over to the principals or owners, and policy is terminated. In that case, if any loss is ascertained, and this is reported to the insurance company will say, no, we are not at risk, policy has already expired. Contractor says, no sir, this loss has taken place within the policy time, but we have not discovered it. Today we have checked it and we are filing the claim. Insurance company will still say no. Even we can send surveyor, we will take the decision on the survey report. But it is not possible to ascertain whether this loss has taken place today or 3 months before or 6 months before. Because if it was happened 3 months or 6 months before, you could have taken it from the policy. You can have claimed it. But after termination of the policy, if you are filing the claim, the insurance company will not admit. And this kind of events are generally taking place in the long-term projects. Because some portion in some area, losses are not found, not checked while handing over the project. So under any such circumstances, if the contractor has taken a 50-50 clause while taking the policy, the liability can be admitted by the insurance company on the 50-50 basis. There is a clause opted by the contractor or insured at the time of taking the policy without any additional premium. We will provide it without any additional premium. But it has to be opted, selected, taken on requirement. So in such a case, 50% liability will be admitted by the insurance company and remaining 50% have to be borne by the insured. So there is no dispute at all. Because nobody is aware whether it has taken place today or it is an old loss. Nobody can confirm it. So in such a situation, this clause is very helpful to both the parties. There is another clause, very important. This is 72 hours clause. That means if the insured has opted this clause or the contractor has taken this clause, this will help at the time of losses continuously taking place. Say for example, I am constructing a hospital building. Earthquake struck today. A top floor has collapsed. I have reported the claim to the insurance company. Tomorrow again one more floor collapsed. I reported one more claim. 2 days after, one more floor broken. I again have to report the claim. Because same location is there, same project is there, same cause of loss is there, same owner or principals are there, same contractor is there, same policy is there, or the loss is caused by the same party. But the insured is loser because on each claim there is a compulsory excess, and that is a big compulsory excess. So if I am reporting 3 claims or 5 claims or 6 claims for one incident only, because this is taking loss is happening after different intervals. So I'll have to report every loss again. And on each date, if the claim is reported on different dates, separate compulsory excess will apply. So if this clause is taken at the time of taking the policy, this will save the insured from different compulsory excesses. And the losses caused within 72 hours will be treated as one loss. So for the purpose of the above, any such loss which is caused within 72 hours, there will be no overlapping of compulsory excess. So this will save the cost of the contractor or the insured. So this is the CR policy, contractor service policy. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Any questions or any doubts?